Welcome to another video. I am the Starman, and if you saw my last video, I was at St Michael's Mount in Penzance. Well, I've come along the coast a little bit to the east and also down to the south a little bit. I've come to this place here. Just look at this place here. Isn't it absolutely amazing? This is Kynance Cove, and it's almost the most southerly point in the United Kingdom on the mainland. We're not too far away, just about 5 minutes drive from Lizard Point, which is somewhere just round the headland over there, the most southerly point on mainland Great Britain. But I've come here to see if I can capture the night sky over this epic landscape. Isn't it amazing? I just want to show you around. Check out these sea pinks here, aren't they? Absolutely amazing. Yeah, so I have come down here to Kynance Cove. I'll just show you around. There's the cafe over there. I think there's like a little holiday cottage over there as well, but just look at this, folks. Now I have to say, this location is not quite as easy to get to as St Michael's Mount. I had to park right up there, the top of that hill. It must be, I don't know, 250, 300 foot up. I had to come down, and I'm gonna have to go back up that way on the way out. But this is my next location here in Cornwall for the Milky Way. But look at that bay, isn't it amazing? Look at that water. Yeah, so the plan is for me to come down here later on tonight. It's going to have to be around about midnight, and I'm going to be down here till about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to make my way down those steps over there, come and take some pictures of the Milky Way, hopefully, if it's clear enough, and then walk back up again. So I'm going to have to travel a bit lighter than I was at St Michael's Mount. I've got my camera here. This is the Panasonic Lumix S5 II, which I'm going to be trying out tonight. In fact, I don't think I'll be using my older camera, my Nikon camera, because I'm going to have to travel as light as possible. But I'll tell you what, if I get the conditions tonight and it's clear down here, just imagine what I'll be able to get. It'll be absolutely amazing. It'll be much darker than Penzance. And where I was in Penzance, there was quite a lot of light pollution. But here, well, there's pretty much no light pollution. Yeah, so that's the plan, folks. In fact, I just want to show you on a map now whereabouts I am, just to give you an idea of where I am in relation to Penzance. You can see we're right on the south coast, just to the east of Penzance and down, and you'll see there that we've got Lizard Point there, which I've been to before. In fact, I took this picture here at Lizard Point. Oh, that's going back to about 2018, that, and I really like that picture. The panorama picture of the Milky Way. Amazing dark skies, and that's only round the corner from where I am now. So yeah, so I just want to show you around here, the area, and we can park in the National Trust car park, which is just on the top of that hill there. Now it's quite a walk down, like I said. I think it took me less than 15 minutes to get down, maybe 12, 13 minutes, but it'll probably take me twice as long to get back up again, because it's much, much harder to climb the steps, especially in the dark. I'm going to have to be really, really careful. There's no phone signal down here as well, so I am going to have to be super, super careful. But I just want to give you an idea of what it's like to get down here. I'll just show you around. Let's have a little look round, shall we? Just look at that there, the gift shop, and you can see, in fact, there's two ways up. That's the way I came down. I'm going to go back up that way, but there's an easier route here if you come in with no steps. It's a much more gradual climb that way if you fancy coming yourself down here to Kynance Cove. Now I am expecting to come down here at night, and if it stays clear like this, I'm expecting the Arch of the Galaxy, the Milky Way, to come down somewhere like that on an angle over there. Probably the best time would probably be around about, I would say about 2 o'clock in the morning. And like I said in the last video as well, I'm down on the south coast of the UK, because where I live, up in Blackpool in the northwest, we have the everlasting twilight now from the middle of May. Down here, we don't have the everlasting twilight until we get into June. We actually have just over 2 hours of proper dark skies at night, where the sun dips below 18 degrees for around about 2 hours. So that's why I've come down here at this time of year. And it also gives us a chance to capture a wide sort of panorama as well of the Milky Way, like the one I showed you before, because the galactic band is quite low. So that's the plan. Anyway, I'm going to head back up to the car park now, and I might even get an ice cream actually from down there. What do you think of an ice cream? We've got some nice ice cream down there. And it's very, very important, if you're coming somewhere like this and you want to do a bit of astrophotography, to check where you're going in the daytime. Now I've come to the side, as you can see, I've come down, there's the cafe there, I've come to the side, I've come up these steps here, and I've just found this quite big expanse of, look at this here, it's like as if it's been mowed or something. What, do they have sheep on here or something or what? But just look at this land here, isn't it amazing here? And if we look down over here, look, we can actually see that it creates like a bit of an island. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. Anyway, I might be setting up right here because I wouldn't mind making a feature of that big rock there. That looks quite awesome, doesn't it? I do expect the galaxy, the Milky, that's looking towards the south, and that's looking towards roughly sort of the southeast this way, and that's the direction that we want to be looking tonight. But anyway, before we do that, I'm going to head back to the Starbus up there, and I'm going to show you the camera I'm using. I'm only using one camera and two lenses. I'm going to be using the Panasonic S5 II and the 18mm f1.8, and I might also try the 20 to 60mm lens, and we'll see how that goes. I'll be bringing my tracker down as well, but I need to travel as light as possible because coming down here and having to walk back up there again with a lot of equipment, not much fun. Anyway, let's go and check out what I'm using. Okay, so I'm now back up here at the car park and I'm by the Starbus there. There's the Starbus, the famous Starbus there. And it took me, by the way, about 20 minutes to get back up here again from where I was on that cliff down there. And I took the easy route, which goes right around and it's very gradual. It was very easy to get up, 20 minutes. There's a nice little VW over there, isn't it? Anyway, I want to show you inside the Starbus now. Let's have a little look at what I'll be using. So, right here, there's my camera there. I'm going to be using this exclusively, the Lumix S5 II, exclusively. Now it's got the 20 to 60mm f3.5 to 5.6 lens on there, which I will be using down there. I'll be giving it a go. It's not the best lens for Astro because it's a little bit slow, f3.5 at 20mm, and it gets slower as you zoom out. I am going to be using this lens here. This is my new baby, the 18mm f1.8. Now this lens is pretty fast. The lower the number, the lower the aperture, the more light the lens lets in. This lens is about 2 times faster than that one. In fact, we call it stops, 2 stops faster. If I was taking a picture with this and it took 20 seconds at f3.5, I could take the same picture with this for 5 seconds at f1.8. So that shows you how much faster that lens is. Now if we look at the older lenses, now this is from the old camera here, my Nikon. You see this here, this is a 14mm lens. It's wider than this one, it's actually wider, but it's a little bit slower, f2.8, but it's a medium speed. I won't be using this because I won't be using that camera, and it's also really, really heavy, that lens, but that is a beast of a lens, by the way. But this one here is really, really light, and that's why I like it. I'm trying to cut down on the weight of my equipment, and that's why I've chosen this lens here. So there you go. We'll see how we go with this, shall we? That's what I'll be using. So this is me making my way down the path. I'll tell you what, it's a bit of a lonely path as well. I'm the only one here, and I'm going to have to be careful. I've got my red light on because I don't want to blind myself. Very important that I keep my night vision as I get down to the cove and set up my camera so I can get some pretty epic pictures. It's looking really clear at the moment, although there is a little bit of cloud around in the direction of the Milky Way, but we'll see what it's like when I get down there. Look at these steps here, yeah, and I can hear the sea now. Yeah, listen to that surf. I don't know if you can hear it, but I took a test shot from the car park up there as well, just to check the condition of the sky. A little bit of cloud around. Here's the test shot that I took. You can see there's a hut on there from the National Trust. There's absolutely no one in the car park. I'm the only one there, funny enough. I half expected there might be someone else down here, but it looks like I'm on my own. Don't get cut off by the tide. Warning, this beach is not patrolled by lifeguards. Yeah, there were so many people down here earlier on today enjoying themselves, and here I am alone in the dark. Oh well, at least I've got a handrail to hold on to on this bit. Right, I'm literally walking in between big rocks now, look at this. And then I've got to go onto these pebbles down here, look. Ankle breakers. Wow. But I'm almost there. Right, okay, I hope you can see me. I'm being blinded by my own red light here. Very important to use a red light when you're doing this sort of thing. But anyway, I'm just by where I got my ice cream earlier on today that you could probably see in the video earlier when I was down here during the day. So many people around during the day, and yet now I am the only one down here. How spooky is that? Anyway, this cafe behind me, I want to try and see if I can take a picture of that and get the Milky Way behind it. It's the first picture that I'm going to take, so I'm going to set my camera up, we'll get the cafe in there and we'll see if we can get the stars, maybe the summer triangle part of the sky and that headland there. So I'll set that up now. It's going to be 15-second exposure, f1.8, and I'm using the 18mm lens on the Panasonic. Oh, look at that, that's not bad for a first shot, is it, down here? I still think there's a little bit of cloud around, and I think that's quite a nice shot actually. I've used a red light as well. I used my red light to light it up. I took another one with the white light. Let me know what you think between the two. I kind of like the red one actually, you know. And I think something like that would be quite good as well, you know. I mean, a lot of people would see that and think, oh, look how dark it is down there. And most people come here at night and don't realise how starry the nights are down here. So there you go. That's not bad for a first shot, is it? And I'm just warming up. I'm going to head over probably to that headland where I was before and set up there and see what I can do from there. I'm just walking across to the other headland on the opposite side, and I've got to walk across this very narrow stone here. It's only just across the stream. I'm not going to drown if I fall in. Oof, I made it. Right, okay, so I'm set up now on the other side of the cove. So I'm going to take a picture now from here and let's have a look at this and see how this looks. Okay, check this out. So we're looking across. We've got a shot it, and I actually think that looks pretty good actually, you know. I think it looks quite nice. Unfortunately, you can see some cloud in there, which is obscuring some of the Milky Way. I don't think I've done too bad with that picture. I'm using ISO 1600 and the shutter speed is 15 seconds. And I'm using the lens, an 18mm lens at f1.8. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try a panorama. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to swivel the camera around. I'll show you. Right, so I'm just going to try and orbit the camera around so that it's, can you see? So it's like that, so that it's on its side there. Going from over there, I'm going to take an exposure and then I'll move it slightly like that, and then slightly again, and then slightly again and again, and we'll end up with a panorama of photographs all the way from the right hand side, which is towards the south, all the way to the north side, which over there. So we'll see how that comes out, shall we? Okay, so I had to stitch all the frames together for the panorama. I did take a panorama down here when I was at Lizard Point. It's one of my favourite pictures I've ever taken, astro pictures. Unfortunately tonight it's not quite as clear as what it was that night, which I think was around about 5 years ago. Yeah, amazing. Anyway, this one doesn't look too bad. What do you think, folks? This is the panorama I've taken. You can see a whole sweep of the galaxy there. We're looking from south on the right hand side all the way towards the north on the left hand side, and I don't think it's too bad. I mean, yeah, I would like it to be perfectly clear, but I'm doing my best here, folks. Okay, so I'm taking pictures here and they're coming out okay. I think I can probably do something with these pictures, and the panorama picture might be okay as well. Obviously I would like it to be clearer. I'm going to sit it out for a bit longer and we'll see if those annoying clouds clear up a bit and we get some perfectly clear skies. That would be nice, wouldn't it? You know, there's something really special about being in a place like this at night, and I've done it so many times around the country. And I was here early in the day and all those people, well, you saw the video I did earlier of all the people here enjoying themselves, the families, and yet now I'm the only one here. It's a little bit eerie actually, yeah, but also listen to the sea, just listen to that. Doesn't that sound amazing? Anyway, I've taken a few more pot shots. Is the sky clearing? What do you think? I'm just going to put some pictures on the screen now, some other pot shots I've taken. I wonder if the sky's clearing a little bit. We're just coming up to 2 o'clock, which I think is going to be about the peak. 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock is going to be the peak time for the photographs. And if it does clear a little bit, then I might just head up a bit further up this to that cliff that I was on before. But if it doesn't clear, I'll probably stay down here and just carry on taking some more pictures down here. So let's see if it does clear a little bit more. Okay, so I've made it up to the headland. This is the headland that I was on earlier in the video when I showed you. And remember, it's very, very important, if you're ever doing anything like this, you're going somewhere to take pictures at night, make sure you go to the location in the daytime. Make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you've got torches, lights, all that sort of thing. And also it might be a good idea to make sure you don't go on your own like me, like a crazy person. But anyway, I'm up here now and I've taken a few more pictures. I've bumped up the ISO a bit to 3200. I'm now using 20-second exposures at ISO 3200 f1.8. Look at these pictures here. I think they look pretty good. That cloud is not moving out of the way, I'm afraid. It's hanging around and it's obscuring the brighter part of the galaxy, the Sagittarius region. I can see the teapot, just about see the teapot in the photographs towards the horizon there, the teapot of Sagittarius. That's the heart of the galaxy, the direction of the heart of the galaxy. And what do you think to this, folks? I don't think it looks too bad. I think it looks quite good. I think in a way it looks kind of dreamy, don't you think? And here's another thing as well. Don't be afraid to whack up the ISO on your camera. I mean, these cameras now, they can take quite a high ISO before you get any kind of noise. And I tell you what, this Panasonic S5 II, which I've got here, and the 18mm lens, first impressions, really, really good. Low noise, really good, and the quality of that 18mm looks amazing. I mean, they look fantastic on the screen to me here now, but they probably look even better to you. Anyway, it's coming up to 2:30 now, and I did say I'd stay here till 3, but unfortunately, I'm not sure if that cloud's going to move away in time. I'm going to be heading back at 3 o'clock anyway, so I'll carry on. I'll take a few more pot shots around here, and we'll see if I get anything better. Okay, it's after 2:30 now, and I've been down here for about 2.5 hours or something like that, and yeah, that cloud is not going to move. I've done the best I can. It's not been a waste. I would have liked perfectly clear skies, to be quite honest, but I think I've got some pretty good photographs. And it takes a bit of effort to get down here, and it's also going to take me a bit of an effort to get back. In fact, it's going to be a lot harder walking back up. It'll take me about 20 minutes to get back to the Starbus. So there you go. I hope you like this video. I'm going to put the pictures on at the end. I'm going to put a bit of a slideshow on at the end for you, and I'll also put the settings. But like I say, not a wasted trip, and it does feel quite special to be down in a place like this at night, all alone, when you see all those people here during the day. So there you go. I hope this video's been a bit of a help to you, and I'll see you on the next one, and don't forget to keep looking up.